the skill we really honor on this New Year's show is stock picking, and the bottom line is that your investment selections led the pack, according to our friends at Bloomberg Financial Markets, who regularly calculate all these figures, especially for us. Your average gain was a whopping 55.5%, or more than double the total return of the S&P 500. You also had the single most profitable idea. Your BJ Services warrants rose more than 262%. And your FPA medical management wasn't too shabby either, gaining more than 153%. So congratulations, old buddy. Indeed, imagine how well you would have done if you hadn't let your cautious instincts lead you to the negative recommendation of selling short a stock, Cascade Communications, that has confounded you by nearly doubling. Well, even you can't win them all. Keep it up. Don Dessauer, welcome back to your second consecutive year-end program. You had the second best high prediction for 96 of 60-50. You could hardly have come closer on your low prediction with 50-30. That was the highest of any of the forecasts, and it was less than 3 points from the actual closing low of 50-32.94 on January 10th. You win the close, too. Your 6,000 prediction was off by about 10%, to be sure, but it was still the highest of any panelists. And when it comes to specific recommendations, your portfolio was up an impressive 46.5%. Including two stocks, Showtime Pizza and Bally Entertainment, that more than doubled. So you're on a roll. Keep it up. Allison Dean's in just your second year as a panelist. You already earned a year-end appearance. But it's a good thing, to be frank, that we looked at your investment selections rather than at your Dow Jones Industrial Average prognostications. You were just too gloomy, including the second lowest of all the high forecasts for the Dow, 5,500, which missed by just 1,000 or so points. You've got to cheer up a bit, Allison. But that didn't stop you from recommending a dozen stocks whose average return was an imposing 37.5%, including APAC Teleservices, one of 8 stocks picked by our panel that have more than doubled since last New Year's. So now you have another reason to smile. Congratulations. Lou Holland, this is the third time you have earned a place on our All-Star Year-End program. Nice to have you back. Congratulations. Your 10-stock portfolio is currently running just 0.02 of a percentage point behind Allison's. Perhaps you two could duke it out later. Your Dow predictions, while too restrained, like those of all the other panelists in 96, at least avoided any really ridiculous extremes. So keep on showing us how to play this game. Congratulations. But enough of this mush. What have they done for us lately? For starters, in our annual triumph of hope over experience, let's have from each of you the true inside word on the highest close, the lowest close, and the closing close, the final close, for the Dow Jones Industrial Average in 1997. And this time, gang, let's try and get it right. Laszlo?
Well, Lou, I think the market's going to continue to surprise us. I'm going to go out and say that the high will be 8,050. The low will be not too far from here at 64.50, and will close at 77.50.
John?
I'm not nearly as optimistic. I have a high of 7,200. A low of 6,050 and a close of 7,050.
Not exactly gloomy.
And I'm not too different from John. I'm at 72.50 for the high, 6,000 for the low, and 7,000 for the close.
And I fall pretty much into the same camp. 71.60 for the high, a little lower, 58.08 on the low, and a close of 61.71.
Sounds like an exciting year. All righty. Well, one thing is for sure, and this is my only personal, unqualified guarantee. At least some of them will be wrong. But if you'd like to see the full predictions with specific stock recommendations from all our panelists, including those not here tonight, on where to invest in 1997, all those lists will be included in tonight's transcript. So if that sounds good to you, you can get that special New Year's transcript for $5 by writing to Year-End Transcripts, Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser, Owings Mills, Maryland, 21117. That's Year-End Transcripts, Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser, Owings Mills, Maryland, 21117. And now let's see what these fabulous four think are the very best buys for 1997. Laszlo?
We're going to go along Dime Bank, DSC Communications, the Turkish Investment Fund, Kmart, Bay Networks, Cox Communications, IBP Inc., RJR Nabisco, the January 1998 Credit Suisse warrants, and the Bank of New York warrants. On the short side, I'm going to short Ross Stores and Rainforest Cafe.
Orange Bowl Parade. Tonight, we celebrate the amazing America with the great Tito Puente and Tito Puente.